If you've been to festivals, you'll be very aware that there are loads of lovely food vendors there. All sorts of things. Jacket potato stalls, roast dinners, burgers, fries, fish and chips, all sorts of things that you can buy there. And you will know also that it can be very expensive. So my friend and I, and some other pals we met there, went to a festival, and I decided this time I was going to try and cook rather than spend lots and lots of money on those food vendors. Let's see what happened when my friend and I went to this festival.
Well, so here I am at Bloodstock Festival. There's the backdrop, there's the main stage there in the background. You can see, you probably can't hear me very well. I haven't got my microphones, I'm not bringing them to a festival with me. I'll probably lose them. Anyway, this is the start of the festival. This is Thursday night. There's a few bands on in one of the tents. Main attractions are Thursday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to do a little bit of a recce on the food here. I won't be buying a lot of food. My friend and I have bought some stuff to eat at camp, and I'll be reviewing that as well. We'll be talking about the very best way to eat cheaply at a festival. So welcome to Bloodstock Festival. Welcome really to who I am. This is the real me, folks. So here we are. This is the first meal of the festival, and I've been to the infamous Spudman, and I can't wait to show you what I've got. Just bear with me 1 minute. This is awesome. This was £9. There we are, this was £9. Look at that, it's massive, that spud. That's a tuna mayo. And my friend who's with me, she's got cheese. Can I have a look at yours, please? There we go, that's it. So that's our first meal of the festival, which I'm really looking forward to. We were going to have barbecue tonight, but it is too wet. So we've decided to go for Spudman.
And there's just a little festival scene from the evening with the view of our favourite Lemmy's bar. One of the things I love about the summer is just having a pint at Lemmy's, listening to the music and chilling with some friends. So this is our first morning breakfast. We've got sausages and buns, and the kettle is on for a cuppa. And we have there's a communal barbecue here, which is really good. So you have to zoom in there. Where my chair is. Zoom out. So we are having sausages and onions.
At full speed.
And what?
Full speed.
At full
There's no
speed.
turning down of the temperature.
And a kind of soup. We're having kind of a stew. Beef and vegetable, big chunky soup. So that's dinner. And how much does that cost us?
Alright, well there were 3 of those for £4.50.
Oh, that's very
Which is not bad actually.
Yeah, 3 of those for £4.50.
Yeah. And then the sausages were like £2.50. This is our second meal.
So it's cost us a couple of quid for the meal. So we headed down to the festival after we'd had that nice meal there. It was quite a nice meal. We added some rice into that, which you didn't see on the footage there, but it made quite a nice bulked out meal. So in comparison to what we ate on Thursday night, which was a Spudman jacket potato, I think they were both £9. So that was a lot of money, wasn't it, compared to the £2 we've spent on our campsite cooked meal. So far so good in terms of trying to save money at a festival, I think. So unfortunately I got a bit of a poorly tummy on Friday night, just sort of an IBS flare, and I couldn't work out what I'd done, but it does leave me feeling a little bit uncomfortable, shall we say. So Saturday's menu for me, a wee bit challenging. I don't think I ate a great deal in the way of breakfast. Perhaps had a cookie. I think we had some granola cookies. So tummy having been slightly recovered mid-afternoon, we decided to have one of our festival favourites, which was coffee and donuts. So you get 5 donuts in a bag. They're sort of smaller than ordinary donuts really, but bigger than the dinky ones. They are delightful. They are freshly made, freshly fried, and they're crispy and so nice. So we had donuts and a coffee, 5 donuts between us and a coffee. It was £14.50 for that little snack. That's really, really expensive, but so worth it. And so we decided in our wisdom, because I'd got pully tummy and really fancied something really bland, that we would go back to the Spudman, just for comfort food really, that's all.
Here we are back with the Spudman. It's become a bit of a favourite, I think.
So this time at the Spudman we both opted for plain jacket potato with cheese. So I'm just sitting watching the festival go by really, just thinking about how nice it is. I love this part of the evening. It's sort of getting dark a little bit, but not quite, and you can sort of see everyone having a real good time. We have music blasting in the background, but I've had to remove that for various reasons. But I just love the festival vibe. It's just really great. So on Sunday, I think we pretty much abandoned the cooking at camp idea. I think, to be fair, in hindsight, it's just very difficult, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But Sunday was, I kind of had a foot-long hot dog for breakfast after the long trek back to the car with some of the gear, to save us from a long walk on Monday. You know, we would have made 2 trips with that. And after I'd eaten that foot long, I didn't really want anything else. But sort of mid-afternoon, I had this lovely ice cream. This is a black ice cream, but it's lemon and ginger flavoured, and it was so refreshing. And then I really didn't know what I fancied for my tea. My friend had something from the Greek stall, which looked really nice, but I didn't really fancy that. So I ended up with a plain ordinary pizza. I don't know how much her meal cost, but my pizza was £12. It was a 10-inch. I don't actually think that's too bad for a festival pizza. Pizza in an ordinary pizza shop is not much more expensive than that, I don't think.
So I'm now home from the festival. I've been home a few days actually. It was a bit of a rush when I got home. I had a bad leg. I couldn't really do any jobs when I got in. I couldn't sort things out. So here's the mess that I've got to sort out this weekend, before I sort of settle back into life away from the festival. Just take a look at this. So that's all the gear. So my camp bed, my trolley is there, trusty steed, and some bags that I've had, clothing that I didn't wear. I take way too much stuff. My chair, my bedding, my pillows, all that's got to be sorted out this weekend and put away. So there we are, I'm back well and truly from the festival. Lots of sorting out to do, obviously, with all of that kit, but that's this weekend's job. In terms of spending, let's have a look and see what we did. I've got it written down in front of me, so bear with me while I look down and just check different costs. So I think I spend around £69 on food. I'm not including drink. I don't drink much. I had a pint of lager, but I'm not including things like bottles of water, drinks of Coke, etc. Just doing a food investigation really. I spent about £69. Here's what I had. I had a Spudman meal twice. I had a share of donuts, which were £14.50, so I've put £7 for my share. We spent £20 at the store before we went, so £10 of that was my share. I bought myself a foot-long hot dog for a breakfast, and I think that was about £10. It might have been 12, I can't quite remember, but thereabouts £10. I had 2 lots of chips, so they were £5 each. £5 for a bag of chips. Is that a lot of money? I think they're £3 here, around the coast regularly. I had that lovely lemon and ginger ice cream, the black ice cream. I can't remember how much that was. I put £4. It was probably more. It was probably £5. You know, I mean, a bottle of water in the Arena cost £3 on some days. And then I had a pizza, which was £12, and I thought the pizza was quite a good deal. So £69 or £70 thereabouts that I spent on food on a 4.5 day weekend. So we got there Thursday lunchtime, and we left on Monday morning. I don't count my Monday morning spend on food. I think I just go to a McDonald's or something like that on the way out, of a Greggs. If I'd been eating in the Arena, I reckon I'd have spent about £25 every day or more. Reckoning on if I was going to buy a hot dog for breakfast, for example, if I was going to buy some chips at lunchtime, and if I was going to spend, you know, sort of £10 on a spud for tea, that's going to be about £25 a day. Over a 4-day event, that's £100. So I reckon by doing a little bit of self-catering, I've saved about £30 there. However, I suppose if I'd not bought any food in the Arena, I'd have gone and eaten for £10 to £15. That would have been amazing, wouldn't it? But the trade-off is the work. And what we found, my friend and I, is that it is jolly hard work, self-catering there at a festival. You know, you're relying on it's gel fuel that you've got to use. You can't just use any old fuel. You can have disposable barbecues. We think maybe next year they might be the way to go for food cooked on the campsite. But it's a lot of work, getting your kettles out, firing up your little stoves, doing your washing up and things like that. And actually, it's a tiring weekend. I did 77,000 steps that weekend in 4 days. For me, that's an awful lot. I ended up with a dodgy knee, so I didn't want to kneel down and do things like that to cook. So it's got a trade-off, hasn't it? So I think my verdict is, yes, it is cheaper to actually cater for yourself at a festival and make your own food, but is it worth it? And I just think for me, maybe not. I think next year we're going to take barbecues for breakfast and have a really good breakfast, and then perhaps buy ourselves a meal in the Arena later on. I think that might be the way forward. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed joining me at my annual festival. That's my favourite festival. I love that so much. So thank you for being with me. If you liked what I've done, please give us a like and a subscribe. That would be awesome. And I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.